All right. We're really doing this. Happy Winter Classic night, everybody. Hawks lose 6-2 in the big game to the St. Louis Blues. That sucked, man. That was so bad.
That was miserable. I mean,
that was so bad.
We had a lot of excitement going to this game. Like, yeah, the Hawks have been playing like shit lately, but I had some optimism going to this game, and pretty much everything I said in the pregame show aged absolutely horrendously. Yeah, I mean, just an absolutely pathetic performance from the Blackhawks today. It's really just inexcusable for me. I mean, we know this team sucks. We've been watching a team that's sucked a lot lately, but just a pathetic, pitiful performance. I mean, this is the biggest game of the season, your marquee event to close out 2024, and that's the fucking effort you put out there. Just pathetic. I mean, that's why my voice sounds like this, and now I get a cold out there because of that too. So yeah, we spent $200 on the game, bunch of money on a jersey, and then lose 6-2, and I get fucking sick. So yeah, great night, Blackhawks. Great Winter Classic performance. Absolutely embarrassing. Absolute ass. I wish I could be more pissed off, but I can only get so pissed off right now in my current state. That was brutal.
All right, I think we have a cameo from some. Oh, I think we have a cameo from somebody here. Lee, would you like to share some words?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, I'm in a fucking alley outside work, freezing my ass off. I don't know how coherent this is going to be. I might say some words that I shouldn't. I apologize in advance. If little kids are listening, maybe turn the volume down. Actually, no, fuck it. They need to hear this too. What the fuck was that? 6-2 in the fucking Winter Classic game? I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I was so fucking bummed when I had to come into work today. I was so bummed. You guys were all at the game. I love this fucking team. I want to go fucking support them with the boys. But Jesus, I am so thankful to God for having my manager make me work tonight and not go to that fucking game. I mean, Kyle Davidson should be ashamed of himself. This fucking roster is so dog shit. It obviously wasn't just the coaching, because Luke's gone, and this team still fucking sucks cock. The clock is ticking for Kyle Davidson. I swear to God, if he does not come up with 2 top 5 picks in the draft this year and a big fish in free agency, he needs to be fucking gone, because this team's fucking pathetic. And I already know that the worst people you know are going to be on Twitter with fucking Frank Nazer profile pictures talking about, oh, you need to trust the process, be patient, we're in year 3 of a rebuild. Fuck patience, fuck the fucking rebuild. You lost that privilege when you started charging hardworking people $20 a fucking month to watch this dog shit team, and then you put on this fucking weak-ass event of this Winter Classic. These guys don't even fucking show up for it. They got fucking destroyed 6-2 to a dog shit ass team. It's fucking embarrassing. It's like, hey, Chicago Blackhawks fans, you guys want to sit in the fucking freezing rain for 4 hours and watch your team get absolutely pumped? Okay, that'll be $500. You want to stay warm? Here's a jersey. That's another $300. How is the fucking poutine? That dog shit ass poutine. How is the fucking poutine? I don't give a fuck about poutine. Give me a good fucking team, Jamie Faulkner. I don't give a fuck. And then you have Chance the Rapper as your performing artist. Hot water, hot shower. Man, that shit is whack. If you went to the fucking game, we're going to put a phone number in the link under this fucking video. You need to click on that phone number. It's going to be to a lawyer. You need to get financial compensation because you are a fucking victim. Fuck the Blackhawks. I got to get back to work. Have a good show, boys.
Holy jumping. I don't even know how to follow that up.
Oh,
holy
sorry.
Jesus.
You were muted, so, but now you're not.
Holy jumping, Lee. That was a hell of a rant.
That was really good.
I'm not even sure how to follow that up. And yeah, I was one of the miserable people there. And that was the thing. Like, this is the Winter Classic. Dude, we should be enjoying this, right, Tassos? We should be having fun at this. That second period, man, like, it was just dawning on me, just like the disappointment. It was like, this fucking sucks, dude. Like, I'm like, this sucks. This blows. I mean, it's just embarrassing on national television to put out this kind of performance. You know, been hyping up this event all season, not just this season, all year. This past 2024 year, been hyping up this event, and to lose 6-2 to your arch rival Blues. And it's not like it was a close game. It was. Yes, Peter Mrazek was terrible in net. If you start sideways, maybe it's a little closer, but still, I mean, it's not like the team played well. Let's not gaslight ourselves into thinking that. It was just a pathetic performance from the club. And yeah, I think Lee's comments are valid. Like, yeah, the coaching wasn't great, but it's not all that. This roster just plain sucks. The players, it's not it. I mean, and yeah, okay. I mean, we're in the middle of this rebuild, right? But you want to see some progression. KD wanted to see progression this year. Hasn't happened. We're fucking dead last, lost 5 in a row. Our winning percentage, I think, is like the same as last year. If anything, this team is worse than last year, despite all these additions, spending millions of dollars of free agency on a whole bunch of garbage. Yeah, I mean, we're still waiting for a lot of these prospects. But yeah, a lot of the best prospects we have, we send down Kevin Korchinski before this game for no fucking reason. And Louis Crevier, who's an AHL plug, sends the puck out of his zone, 2 minutes in the game, gives the Blues an early power play.
Yeah.
They go up 2-0, and that just sets the tone for the entire game. Props to Taylor Hall, right? He gets a power play goal. It's a 2-1 hockey game. It's a hockey game, right? It's a close game. Hell no. After that, we completely fizzle out. Mr. Tyler Bertuzzi, who's the king of meaningless goals, and we're losing. Gets one 5-2 late. At least we got a Connor Bedard point. At least we got a Pookie Winter Classic point. At least we left with something. But otherwise, that was a complete pile of horse shit that we witnessed tonight. And I don't even know what else to say. That was a fucking embarrassing, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's a lot. I mean, I guess we could start top to bottom. I mean, I have some points here that I just like. I mean, okay, Crevier was bad. The starts to periods were really bad.
Yes.
The start of the first period. Here's the thing. When the weather is bad and it's cold and it's raining, there's two things. And one, there's a lot of energy that's like not in a normal regular season hockey game, right? You need to be able to control it. Special teams can make or break you in those games, and they broke the Hawks. Absolutely broke the Hawks. And that's for a penalty kill that's honestly been pretty good this year.
Yeah.
But especially, obviously, early in the first period with the 2 power play goals against, like they lost the special team battle. They lost it. So that was my one thing. Crevier was bad. We talked about sending Kevin Korchinski down. That was a mistake. I said it on today's show. And Seth Jones was bad. I mean, everybody was bad.
He was brutal.
Everybody was bad.
About this, the fact that ever since Peter Mrazek and Seth Jones returned to this hockey club, we're 0-5. We lost 5 in a row, and we've been blown out our last 3 games. There's this crazy stat here from Ben Pope. I'm going to pull it up here. This is insane when I saw this. Blackhawks have lost 3 consecutive games by 4+ goal margins for the first time since 1987. 1987. If my math is correct, what was that, dude? Like 37 years ago or something?
Yeah.
Math was never my strong suit, but I think it's about right. That is unbelievable, dog. I mean, we were playing good hockey before the Christmas break, but ever since we come out of that holiday break, I mean, it's just been terrible these last 3 games. I don't know what the hell happened. Everybody's playing drunk or hungover or something. They're playing high out there. I have no idea what's going on. I think we'd have a better chance of, sticking these games than them. And then we don't have a lot of talent, but at least we have heart. Props to Nick Foligno. He showed some heart tonight. I like that fight. I mean, maybe it could have come a little earlier, but that fight, with the captains there late in the second period.
They were chalking him.
Right.
They were chalking him.
That was nice. It was nice to see some heart there. He and Hall had some decent, comments after the game. Clearly, they were pretty, as pissed off as we are now, being pretty honest about it. But yeah, I mean, there needs to be some serious, I'm looking forward to seeing, what Swords has to say about this game and others. And KD too, because I think there's got to be some repercussions, some consequences for today's performance, because that's just not good enough. It's not, you can't accept a performance like that. No, it's not just one game. It's the Winter Classic. And what we saw out there was not a watchable product.
Yeah, I mean, to piggyback off Lee a little bit with some of the thoughts that I have here, there's, obviously if you're watching us and listening to this show, and if you're doing this show, clearly you have a pretty good pulse on the hockey team, right? But at the Winter Classic today, there's a lot of casuals, right? And a lot of people don't really understand why it's as bad as it is. Number 1. 2, they don't really understand how to make it better. And 3, you walk around there, Justin, and you see all the people in Blues jerseys, and we can do crowd talk a little later.
It may have been a 60-40 split there.
Yeah, we'll do crowd talk later. But you look at all the people in Blackhawks jerseys, they're all wearing 98. You look at Blues, it's Thomas, it's Kyrou, it's Parayko, it's old TJ Oshie jerseys, and yeah, I know there's old Patrick Kane jerseys and Taze jerseys and all that. But it was a lot of 98, and nobody else.
Who else on this Blackhawks team who else on this Blackhawks team jersey are you going to purchase? Like,
Nobody.
Seriously, who
Nobody.
else? I mean, I purchased a Frank Nazar jersey, but I didn't arrive yet. But that's besides the point. If you're a casual, there's nobody else on this team who's going to interest you. Nobody's buying Seth Jones jerseys. Maybe there's some people who brought out their Tavo jerseys from 2015, but that's probably it. Maybe some classic hometown jerseys. There's just nobody on this team. Betsy is this team. It runs. Our success runs through him. That's the way it is.
But you know what? And maybe this is like Bedard talk too. We can mix in a little Bedard talk because I didn't really love the body language from him tonight a whole heck of a lot.
It was his best game either. He did have a point, but he wasn't very good tonight. No, neither was really anybody, to be honest. I don't really think anybody performed that well.
The slamming the stick on the boards and there's a few things here, right? We got a message after the game that said, if the Hawks get a top 3 pick in this year's draft, sorry, Quinn, I'm talking about your question now, but if the Hawks get a top 3 pick in the draft this year to trade it and get actual NHL help, here's the thing. Your best player is 19 years old. He's actually a teenager. Majority of the people listening to this show are all older than him. Okay. Even if you're still a college student, you're probably still older than Connor Bedard, right?
Yeah, I'm older than him.
This is a guy that could still be playing in the World Juniors this year.
That's insane.
So you either get some grown men in here to teach him how to play and to make this an elite team, or we all pack it in and accept that this is going to be a long-term rebuild. You know what I'm saying? Because Higgins and Martone and all those whatever, they're not playing in the National Hockey League next year.
We don't know that for sure. But yeah.
And even if they do, they're not moving the needle.
Yeah,
they're not moving the needle
in
any sort of direction.
But I think you could do both.
You're accepting that it's you're still a year away from being a year away, and it's this kid is gonna get super frustrated. He's already getting super frustrated. And it just becomes an issue of what you're doing here doesn't really make a lot of sense. And I don't know.
I don't think you have to pick and choose, though. I think you can get that top 3 pick, which is what this team needs. We need that complimentary piece for him, in the draft. But I think you could sign that big fish or trade that big fish for agency or off season as well. I think you could do both. I don't think you have to just be one or the other, right?
Yeah, I don't know. But
I see his point, though.
But they are so far away from even the Blues, they're far away from being the St. Louis Blues, and the St. Louis Blues aren't winning the Stanley Cup. You know what I mean? You're still 4 pieces away, maybe from competing with the Blues, right? And nothing.
Yeah, and it's funny. I was talking about how mid the Blues are. They sure as hell didn't look mid tonight, but the Hawks will do that. They'll make any team look like a Stanley Cup champion. The Blues. I don't even know if they're gonna make the playoffs, but they've definitely been better under Montgomery, to be fair. But yeah, they're still a ways away, like you said. Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, Bedard talk. I didn't love the body language. I think it was after the 4-1 goal, or the 5-1 goal. He slams his stick behind the net.
I don't mind some frustration though. I'm glad that he's not satisfied. Nobody should be satisfied with that, man. That performance, you should be pissed off. I'd be upset if he wasn't doing stuff like that.
Yeah, but you know what? That's not going to make the guys in the locker room better hockey players. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They know they're not good. I don't think Louis Crevier thinks he's Roman Yossi. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think Louis Crevier knows he's Louis Crevier and basically an American Hockey League defenseman, right?
Yeah.
Unless you have absolutely zero self-awareness, which I don't know that, maybe some of these guys have some delusion, but I don't know. So it's not going to make the guys better hockey players. I don't know. I don't know, man. So yeah, that was Bedard talk for me. The captain's tilt was cool. That was nice. I would have loved to have seen a little punch from somebody a little bit earlier before it's 5-1 and there's a minute left in the
that could have come a bit earlier. That was too little, too late. Like you said, that was the Bertuzzi goal too. Too little, too late. That's what he does. He scores goals when we're down in games, never when we're up or insurance, right? And always too late. We didn't see a response earlier.
Yeah. So, I don't know, man. It was really weird, and you think about this and you're like, man, this is an original 6 team, and the Habs are bad. The Montreal Canadiens, I'm looking, we have a thing of all the original 6 teams right to the left of Justin. And, I don't know. I look at some of these original six teams, and I guess a few of them are like kind of in messy states right now. Like the Habs,
I think most of them are. I think it's really only the Leafs that are right now somehow.
Yeah, but the Bruins have been so good for the Bruins kept the contention window open longer than the Blackhawks.
Yeah, it's starting to come back down.
They actively know that it's got to be better than what it is. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like they fired Montgomery, who's a really good coach. Like we talked about it, and I think Don Sweeney's a moron. But
I gotta address the chat here for a second.
Yeah.
These comments drive me fucking crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Betsy loves Chicago. Don't feed into these media narratives and nonsense. Okay, he's not gonna go to fucking Vancouver. Like enough of that bullshit. I'm sick of hearing that. I'm sure he's getting frustrated. Again, it's not just him. It's frustration of the team, sure. But I just think it's a bunch of baloney there. But I think this team does need to make the right moves though to progress and make the team better. And we're gonna see that, right? I mean, I know people hate hearing about it, and I know Lee would probably strangle me if he was here with me right now. But pillow patience goes a long way. And again, today makes it hard. It makes it hard, to be fair.
Yeah, I do want to say that Patrick Alvin said today that he was asked about Elias Pettersson being traded, and he said he didn't say no. He actually said, "You never know." Look, I'm not saying Pettersson's going to be a Blackhawk, but we talked about the JT Miller situation there, and I think we all kind of thought JT Miller might be the guy to go out of town. But would you take Elias Pettersson on this team right now? Probably, because it's. Does any I don't know. I don't think you'd probably have to pay a lot to get him, and he's clearly better than almost every other player the Hawks have right now. So I don't know.
Yeah, and one really wants to go. Well, why is that a thing of any other player at a struggling team? He's going to leave his team now because he wants to go home. Brother, Chicago is his home now. He said it himself last year when he scored the game-winning goal against Winnipeg. It's starting to feel like home now. And every single thing Bedard says is always how much he loves being a Blackhawk, how much he loves Chicago, and the team putting his faith in him. So I'm going to take his word for it, not what other people are saying. So again, I'm going to move on from that now because that's going to piss me off. But get back to the game.
No, I know. Yeah. Just the game was it was terrible, and I thought the loss on Sunday to the Dallas Stars was a really big. I thought that was a point in time for this team that was the bottom of the barrel. And, man, they just keep digging further and further down. I don't know. It just seems to keep getting worse. So, you want to do crowd talk for a little bit?
Yeah, no, there was more. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised that St. Louis is not far from Chi-Towns, but there was a good chunk of Blues fans there, man. It must have been a 60-40 split. And yeah, they were rowdy too, man. There were a lot of annoying Blues fans around me. I mean, to be fair, their team was playing better, but they were definitely rubbing our faces a little bit. But
yeah.
I mean, they're Blues fans. I mean, yeah, there's quite a few.
But they were loud. They were really loud in the chants and everything. Every "Let's go Hawks," they were jumping in with "Let's go Blues," and I don't know, dude. Sometimes it was louder with the Blues people than the Hawks people. I don't know. I didn't expect that today going to the game. I really didn't.
Yeah, no. It was just, it should be a celebration, a fun game, a fun experience. And it just wasn't. And I'm sorry if I'm yapping at Channel. I'm in a bad mood right now. That game sucked. I'm pissed off. And you're pissed off too. So
yeah,
sometimes I let the emotions get the best of me when I'm in situations like that. If there's opinions you disagree with, there's a way to be, respectful about it. Maybe I wasn't doing that. But anyway, that's just the way it is.
No,
sometimes.
That's all right. Chirp the chat. That's fine.
Yeah, no.
That's fine. I'm here for it. I'm pretty miserable too. I'm starting to warm up now a little bit.
My forehead is I definitely have a fucking fever, cold after that, man. It was already getting bad. And now it's even worse. Again, that's on me. I should have layered up more. That's just the way it goes. That's just the way things are right now, man. It sucks. This blows. But it's gonna be a new year soon. Let's not let it ruin New Year's Eve. And it's 2025. Flip the page, and hopefully 2025 will be a better year. It's hard to get worse than 2024, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Let's. Can we talk Peter Mrazek? Because I think we called it this morning, saying that starting Peter Mrazek was a mistake. And look, I know it's not super consequential here, but we were right. We were very right.
We all called that. Peter Mrazek had Like ever since he's been back from injury, he was not the same goalie. He's been shaky. He's been like rusting. Oh, a few of these goals tonight were completely on him. Not all of them. The fourth goal, I don't know what Seth Jones was doing. He was staring off into the sunset there, or I don't know, whatever I don't know what he was doing. He was not paying attention. And like the fifth goal though, like he easily gloved it. Maybe there was a screen or something, but he just missed the puck. It was like not even close. And there a few times like there's a screen on like one of the early goals too, and then now it's just like, oh, there's no shot for Peter there. I'm like, what are you talking about? There's no tip. Like, just because there's a player in front of you doesn't mean you can't stop it. It's the fucking NHL. Like, I don't know, a few of these goals that he's allowed tonight. Like, I'm thinking if Soda's in, Soderblom, the way he's been playing, like he stops those all day. Do we win this game if Soderblom's in net? Probably not, but it's closer. It's respectable.
Yeah, it's probably
closer. It's probably a 4-2 game. The fourth goal being empty netter versus a 6-2 goal. 6-2 game, right?
Yeah. He looked really bad. He hasn't looked good since coming back from injury. Somebody said in the chat that they're 0-5 since Seth Jones came back too. I mean,
how about that?
Think of how far away we are, like, and it's like not that far away in time, but like, think of how far away like that 3-game win streak feels from right this moment right now. Like that feels like a month and a half ago, and it was like 2 weeks ago.
And that sums up this team. Every time you think there's like a jolt of hope, right, it just comes smashing back down, and it just keeps going down. Anytime you think it can't get worse, it keeps getting worse. That must be the law of Chicago sports, right? It's not just the Blackhawks. 2024 might be the worst year in the history of Chicago sports. Like every team, every coach getting fired. Like it's unbelievable. Like we will look back on this. Historians will look back on this and think, what the hell was that, dude? I mean, you think it can't get any, it was only up from here, but Jesus, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. And, you know, I don't know if Anders Sorensen heard me say on the show that they hired him to fire him at the end of the season.
Yeah, he's not.
I'm going to say that again. No, I'm going to say it again.
If anything, he might be fucking worse than Richardson at this point.
They promoted him so that they wouldn't have to bring him back as the American Hockey League coach.
Yeah.
I am sticking by that. I was told this. I was told this by a reliable source. The Hawks hired Anders Sorensen so that they didn't have to renew his contract at the end of the year to be the American Hockey League coach because they wanted him out of the organization. Which, you know, I don't know. 3 blowout losses in a row is unacceptable. But
someone said in the chat, and yeah, I like to dog on this guy every show. So thank you to Ed in the chat for bringing him up. Yeah, the TJ Brody signing. I know I complain about it so much, but that might be the worst free agent signing of the 2024 offseason. Like, what the hell was that? He is so bad. Like, he's just not an NHL player anymore. Like, he should retire. Like, he's washed. Like, I'd rather watch Kevin Korchinski on this team or anybody on that Ice Hawks defense than him. I hope we can find a way to buy him out or something. Because if we have to suffer through another season of him next year, I don't know if I can get through another season of TJ Brody hockey. Like, he is so infuriating to watch. Holy jumping.
I wouldn't be surprised if he hung him up at the end of this year.
Yeah, please do.
I don't know how you keep playing hockey.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't.
Seriously, like, nobody's going to want him. I mean, no, the Red Star in China might want him. That's about it.
Buddy, I don't even think they want him. I don't even think they want him.
Yeah, no, honestly, yeah. Isn't Neil Yakupov on that team now?
No, they traded him. He was, and then they traded him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oilers legend.
Yeah. So, yes, the Sorensen thing, like, he's not a coach. He's not a coach. He's a very lackadaisical, just like kind of their human being.
Hawks need a real coach of experience in the offseason. Guy's been around, right? Stanley Cup playoff pedigree. But that's somebody we need. Now, somebody like a Bruce Boudreau or somebody like that is the Hawks should go after. Or even like a Jay Woodcroft. I think he'd be a pretty good hire. He's good with especially development and stuff like that too. He was good with the Oilers. So yeah, somebody like that I'd take a look at.
Yeah. Somebody asked if I am checking the Discord. I am checking the Discord right now. Trevor put in something here that was pretty interesting. Where we can't do a deep dive on this all right now, but it's basically like a synopsis of the Blackhawks draft history right now. And he basically said that's the draft selection. So it's like a list of the draft history. We have no functional centers. 13 players are/have played on the Hawks this year. I assume he means like players that the Hawks have drafted. I feel
like we've drafted a lot of centers.
Yeah, but not ones that are playing on the team.
Oh yeah, right now. Yeah, no, right now. Yeah, no, that's a fair point.
You know, and even guys that, you know, we're talking, you know, not like Oliver Moore. Like, I'm talking guys that they drafted 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago and haven't panned out, you know. But that's a deeper dive for not a post-game show. That's for a podcast one day. But I just thought I would put that out there that, yes, we are checking the chat. And
yeah, like this is another thing.
Stinks.
Like, I think we could keep having more of a discussion about KD here. It's like, again, I still believe in his long-term plan, but it's fair to say, like, his 2024 offseason was a failure. It was a failure. He failed. Like, the free agent signings he made failed. I don't care that Bertuzzi scored today. He's Mr. Hot and Cold. He's probably on pace for about 40 points. That's a point every other game. Definition of mid right there. He never scores any timely goals. It's always like late in the game when we're down. Tavo's been so streaky, so hot and cold. He has not been the complimentary piece to Bedard. Martinez just got back from injury. You hardly even seen him. I've talked about Brody, right? You know, Maroon and Smith are fourth-line players, nothing more. Brossois, we haven't even seen him. Mikheyev, you know, had a nice little streak there otherwise, you know. No, the moves just haven't panned out. Betsy hasn't gotten that help that was promised. You know, Hall's been back from injury. He's been decent, but even he's not Taylor Hall anymore, obviously. But Dar just doesn't have the help on this team. Kurashev has not been the player he was last season. He hasn't really had a single, like blind mate, you know, from a game to game that he can rely on. He's got to do it on his own. His production, to be fair, is still about this, you know, point per game wise is still the same as last season, but you want to see that jump from year to year. But I don't think you can really blame him when the team around him is just, it's not any better. It's what it is. You know, he can only, 19-year-old teenager can only get so much out of himself, you know, with the squad. So I think, you know, to Chat's point, yes, I think you do have to go after a big fish. And to your point, Tassos, you do have to go after a big addition in free agency, trades, whatever this offseason. I only want to get up a top 3 pick to make that happen, but, you know, that is something you got to do for sure, 100%.
And you can't overpay for the wrong guy. Like,
No, it's got to be the right move.
it has to be the right move.
A big one, like not a mid one.
Like, it has to be a player that can, like I
Like
know
a
people,
Marner Rantanen type.
Like people, yeah, it has to be Marner or Rantanen. I know people hate on Mitch Marner, but like, you know, Trevor saying Kucherov. You know, somebody said trade the third when I brought up the idea of trading like a top 3 pick to Nashville's brought up. I don't know who you're getting from Nashville unless it's like Philip Forsberg or something like that. Like, that would be really cool. You know, that's a player I'd probably trade a top 3 pick for, maybe. But like, isn't he almost 30? Like,
Yeah, no, that's honestly, I want more on that, to be honest with you. Just
Really?
his age is getting, I mean, he's a great player, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I mean, top 3 pick, a potential, like, you know, franchise piece for, you know, aging Forsberg, you know, I don't know about that one. Yeah.
yeah.
I want somebody like a Kucherov, but they probably won't trade him for, you know, Kucherov's too good for that. They probably have to throw him more.
And I don't think Kucherov's leaving Tampa Bay.
No, I think he's not. Yeah, that's probably a pipe dream, but it would be nice. It would be nice.
How about somebody else from Tampa Bay? Maybe John Cooper.
Oh, yeah, I think he'd be a good coach for the squad, right? Yeah, that's somebody I'd definitely take a look at. If you want to add him into the list, there's plenty available.
You got to
sure.
get somebody in like the 25 to 28 range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I think, you know, somebody that's been in the league for like 5, 6, 7 years, maybe, but, you know, is still has a lot of runway left, you know?
Yeah.
These are some pretty funny comments, though. Free agent signings were 100% better than Bowman. At least everyone would have been on 4-year contracts for $20 million each. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough, I guess. I mean, I'm glad. Look, that's the thing. Like, I think we're probably complaining about this more just because this was a Winter Classic game. Like, we probably wouldn't be having this discussion as much if this was any other game. You want to show up in the big moments, right? But, I mean, as bad as the season has been, like, you know, we still can't, you know, I know people calling for Katie's head, you know, but like, it's a little premature, I think, for that. You know, we still need to see his draft picks and stuff pan out. You know, look at Steve Yzerman, Detroit as an example. You know, you got to give this stuff time. And in terms of I saw somebody in chat say we've been rebuilding since 2017. We have not been. We've been rebuilding since KD took over. Bowman was not rebuilding. He was retooling. There's a difference. Like, tore it down in the 2022 offseason. It started the trade deadline. And then when we traded to Brick in the offseason and all that, like, that's really when it started, the rebuild. So it's been 3 years, which really isn't a long time.
I will say one thing, though. Like, rebuilds are hard, man. Like, look at the Buffalo Sabres.
Yeah, Jesus.
Like, how long have the Buffalo Sabres been rebuilding?
13 years.
Yikes.
Yeah.
You know, before Edmonton got Connor McDavid, like,
That was a long
time, man.
Four top picks in 6 years. Red Wings haven't made the playoffs since 2016.
How about the Anaheim
the
Ducks,
Senators
dude?
haven't made it since 17. The Ducks, the Sharks, like the Canadian. Like,
Sharks
it's,
have done pretty good, I
Go
will
through
say.
the way. Yeah, I mean, well, people say this is a funny thing. It's like the differences you hear about the Sharks and Hawks seasons. Like, we're both in this like 31st and 32nd. You think we're having completely different seasons right now. We're both in the similar spots of the rebuild, but they're going
but
great.
the thing with the Hawks versus the Sharks, I will say,
We're an
is
older
like,
squad. They're playing a younger squad.
yeah, they're playing
the young
kids.
talent.
They're
Yes.
playing the kids, and the kids look good, and they're all growing together.
Yeah, like if Lucas Wright goes on the Sharks, he'd be playing top 6 minutes every night and flourishing. On the Hawks, he's playing 8 minutes a game. That's just an example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a good time, but I don't know.
Oh yeah, it was. I will say this. I got to meet a lot of followers at the game, so that was cool. Everybody who reached out, like, I appreciate meeting you. That was awesome. Really great to see a lot of you all around.
Somebody
CHR,
shouted out my shirt. It was pretty cool.
that was cool too. CHR listeners, appreciate you. People, fans of me too. Like, appreciate that. We did a lot, content the last, yesterday, today as well. So, and we have more planned for this week. So it's a big week. We're not done yet here by any means. Close out the 2024, but 2025 is going to be, huge. So we really appreciate all your support for sure.
Did you care for the Smashing Pumpkins or Chance the Rapper at all?
I didn't really see much. A little bit of Smashing Pumpkins. I caught a little bit of it, like on the side. Chance the Rapper. Oh my God, the Wrigley Field concourses. Jesus H, like, they are terrible, dude.
Yeah.
Just everybody is just hemmed in there like sardines. I missed Chance, like, pretty much the entire Chance the Rapper performance because I was trying to use the bathroom and it took like the entire intermission. Holy jumping, the Wrigley Field, dude. I mean, that's what happens when you have constructed 100 years ago. It's a great ballpark, great history. I love the ivy, the rooftops, but that's another reason why I'm a Sox fan. That's like that place, dude. It's like, I know it's the historic yada yada, but not the best amenities there. And the bathrooms, you're pissing in like these, like, not even urinals,
Troughs.
those troughs. Like, what are we doing here? Is this the 1800s? Like, that was so Wrigley Field. I mean, look, it was a great experience, and like it looked nice, but I still stand by, like, I'm not a huge fan of that place. I will be honest. I like the outside the ballpark. I think what they've done there is fantastic. I think kind of making it more modern while keeping the historic feel, but yeah, no, that place is not it for me. No.
I will say the Chance the Rapper performance ruined my
was it not good?
circa 2016. No, it wasn't not good, but it just, I don't know. It was about like 8 years too late in my life to be seeing Chance the Rapper live.
Prime was like a decade ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been a great hire. Like, yeah, that's washed.
I was happy he sang Cocoa Butter Kisses. And I will say I did take probably the coolest picture I've ever taken in my life when they had everybody do the flashlight thing. It was super cheesy, but I did take a good picture from the bleachers. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you were saying, how was your view in the bleachers? Because I was saying,
it was honestly cool. It was pretty good. It was a lot better than I thought. I got chirped by a few people for being far away, but it looked farther away than it actually was. And I thought it was going to be farther away, to be honest with you. I was surprised how close it was when I was there, but it was cool.
I actually got a really nice view because I was sitting in the 400 level, like upper deck, and like up there, I could get a really nice view. So that was great. The seats were great.
Yeah. Also to piggyback off of Lee's rant, I did try the Chicago style poutine, and it was actually fantastic. But
yeah, he wasn't too thrilled about that.
but was it worth $22? No. Also, $22. It was $22 for a little helmet.
Do they give you a free bowl of soup with that order?
Yeah, for a little bowl of poutine, whatever. It came in a helmet that I kept. The people walking around with the beer hockey sticks.
Oh yeah, there's some sitting by me.
Do you know how much they were?
Oh, I don't even want to guess. Like the beer hockey is about $30.
$45.
Holy Jesus! Oh my, that Chicago prices, dude. Oh my goodness, dude. Man, money growing on trees for some people out here. Man, I say like I didn't spend $400 combined on the jersey and the tickets for this game.
I almost puked when the guy sitting next to me drinking from his beer stick told me it was $45. Like, they were selling merch. Like, go buy a t-shirt. Like, at least it'll last longer than a freaking $45 beer.
Yeah, no, that's nuts. I mean, I say that like I wasn't. I was definitely, I was doing my fair share, but no, I should have done the hockey stick. I mean, as well. I would have probably covered as much, but we had fun today. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah. And like, honestly, like, I know the game stunk, but like, this has been a really cool week for us and our show. And obviously, like, Justin's got the Gretzky's Basement thing there. And if you didn't listen to the Winter Classic special that we did earlier today,
it aged really well.
We were literally CHR. We're the first people in Gretzky's Basement hanging out with Trevor and Ty and all them and seeing all the Gretzky stuff. And we got something really cool for our next giveaway. So look out. Be on the lookout for that next week. Raven's doing a CHR blog. If any of you guys saw our clip today on Instagram,
that was awesome.
Like we met,
awesome.
like meeting Mike Grinnell was so cool, and talking to Swaggy P and all the other content creators. We met Chippy. I know he wasn't in the.
Yeah, too bad we didn't give him the fist bumped him in Total Control Drag release. That was cool.
Reagan Ross was really nice.
She's a beauty.
Yeah. Who else? I feel like Jess Kirschbaum.
And, Bar Down.
Everybody, Bar Down. Everybody at the basement. Everybody was so nice. Yeah, but we all sound like crap too. I know. There's somebody just playing.
I'll live. This was my Jordan flu game performance today, man.
Yeah.
I locked in. This is hockey, man. You play through stuff. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. We're good. We're all good here.
But everybody's been super nice to us. Today, this is a big week for growth for our show, and just interacting with everybody has been super fun and getting in the mix. Like we're in the mix now. Like we're kind of like
we're in the we're in the know. Yeah.
I know
we're figures here.
I hate to be like that, but like our only comp is like, we know who our only comp is, and we're gonna make it that it's not really much of a comp anymore. So,
we're it's only up from here, man, and we've been making great progress. It's been a good month. How about the World Juniors right now? USA's up 1-0 Canada after two. Hopefully they can hold that lead going to third. 1-0 lead, man. They got to add some Godco insurance there. I don't feel very safe about that. If USA wins, that makes up for today. Like that makes my night if they close out this year for dub. They gotta beat Canada, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
White Sox lost 5-4 too, by the way.
Oh gosh. All right. That's just the freaking cherry on top.
Throw that in there. Just got to throw that in.
That's the cherry on
Make
top
sure
of
we
the
have all
crap
facets
Sunday.
covered. Get the prospects talk going.
It's the crap Sunday we're eating. It's the cherry on top.
Yeah. Did Korchinski do anything today? Yeah. Anyway, I'll check that later.
I'm sure he had one eye on the scoreboard of the Winter Classic.
It'd be really funny if he liked all the posts.
The posts.
Like the Canadian players that are left off the team. He just likes all the Winter Classic score posts. If I was there, it would have been different.
Did you see what was the craziest jersey you saw tonight? Did you see any crazy jerseys?
Oh,
I saw an Alabama hockey one. That was cool.
I saw there was a Ben Eager Hawks jersey. That was kind of interesting. A lot of random Hawks jerseys. Like all the random Hawks clip we did. There's a lot of random ones. It was pretty cool.
There were a lot of people in like Dallas Stars gear. Like, what are you doing? You're at the wrong hockey.
Yeah, what are you wearing? Like other hockey teams like that. Like it's one
couple
thing.
Wild fans.
Really, is that right?
Yeah.
It's funny. There was a Detroit Sucks jet at one point too.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny. Everybody thought it was 2009. I guess I don't know. That was a 6-4 win, by the way, so both Wrigley Field games. I just realized that the opposition scored 6 goals. So and then combined the Hawks had 6 if you had the 4+2. So anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of all I got. I don't know if you got any more.
I don't really have much. I mean, we have a show tomorrow. I'm sure we'll have plenty more to say. I'm sure Lee will have plenty to add.
Oh, gosh.
I would like to get into it more, but hopefully I'll be feeling a little better tomorrow. But we'll have plenty more to say. I'm sure. Yeah.
Okay. Let's wrap it there. It's New Year's. I want to go.
Yeah. No. I'm sure we all had plans to finish out the night. Yeah.
All right. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Please follow us on Instagram at Chicago Hockey Radio. And please tell your friends to go do so. If you didn't see our reel from earlier today, go list a random Blackhawks player from any period of time in the comment section. Happy New Year's to everybody. Do not drink and drive. If you drink and drive, you are a loser. Yes, Quinn, 100% correct. Be safe.
Uber, Lyft, taxi, whatever you got to do.
Please. Please. It's cheaper than bail. All right. And lawyers and... Yeah, it's just don't do anything stupid. So we really appreciate everybody that has supported us this year. It's been some of the most fun I've ever had being a part of hockey.
Love this.
Even with a bad team, this is like
still fun.
Imagine how fun this would be if they were actually like legitimate contenders.
This sucks. It does take a little bit of the sting. Like imagine the party tonight if they won this game, dude. Gosh damn it definitely takes a bit of the sting out of New Year's Eve. But anyway, we'll still have fun. All things considered. I must watch much fun as I can have at the moment. Anyway.
All right. Subscribe, follow, tell a friend, leave a 5-star rating and review. We'll be back tomorrow for a podcast episode. And we thank everybody for coming. Really makes us better. I hope everybody enjoyed the Winter Classic. That was there, but tough loss. Happy 2025, everybody. See you tomorrow.
Thank you very much.